If you're over 60, there's something you may do in your shower almost every day that could quietly increase your risk of having a stroke without pain, without warning, and without any sign that it's happening. No dizziness, no headache, no slurred speech to give you a clue. You step into the water feeling perfectly fine, but by morning, something is different. You wake up confused, unable to speak clearly, or you find you can't move an arm or a leg. A sudden, silent, and life-altering stroke triggered by a habit so common that most older Americans never think twice about it. As a neurologist, I've seen this scenario far too often, not from smoking, poor diet, or lack of exercise, but from everyday shower routines that seem harmless. They're not. I'm going to walk you through 9 everyday shower habits that can quietly raise your risk of stroke, brain bleeds, or sudden spikes in blood pressure, especially in the evening, when your brain is most vulnerable. If you or someone you care about is over 60, this could be one of the most important things you'll ever read. The first habit is something almost everyone does without realizing the danger: taking a hot shower right before bed. For many, it's the ultimate comfort, stepping into steaming water, letting the warmth soak into your muscles, and washing away the day's aches. You step out, dry off, slip into bed, and expect a peaceful night's sleep. But what most older adults don't realize is that this nightly ritual can set the stage for a stroke in the hours that follow. Hot water dilates blood vessels, temporarily lowering blood pressure. It feels soothing, even healthy. But as you cool off afterward, especially in older bodies with stiffer arteries and slower circulation, blood vessels constrict rapidly. This creates turbulence inside narrowed arteries, encouraging small blood clots to form. If one travels to the brain while you're sleeping, when your body's protective responses are at their weakest, the results can be devastating. I remember a patient, Leonard Brooks, a 78-year-old retired firefighter, healthy, active, and a non-smoker. His only indulgence was a long, hot shower before bed. One winter night, after an especially exhausting day, he cranked the water hotter than usual and stayed in longer. The next morning, his wife found him unable to speak clearly, his right arm limp. He had suffered an ischemic stroke. His carotid arteries were narrowed with age, and the rapid vessel changes from the shower likely allowed blood to pool and clot. During the night, Leonard survived, but with lasting damage to his speech and movement. Now, he keeps his showers shorter, cooler, and allows his body to adjust slowly before bed. Hot showers before sleep aren't the only risk. Standing too long in the shower can also be dangerous. Many older adults enjoy letting the warm water run over them for 15 or 20 minutes as a form of relaxation. But standing motionless for too long, especially in heat, lets gravity pull blood into the legs. In younger bodies, circulation easily pushes it back up. But after 60, weaker veins and slower heart function mean blood may linger in the lower body, slowing return flow to the brain. Combined with heat-induced vessel relaxation, this sluggish circulation increases the risk of clot formation. One patient, Eleanor Price, a 76-year-old retired librarian, stood under hot water nightly for nearly 20 minutes. She called it her spa time. One winter morning, she woke unable to button her blouse, her speech slightly slurred. A scan revealed a small ischemic stroke, likely from slow, pooling blood in narrowed neck vessels. She was shocked that standing still in her own shower could be the cause. The solution: keep showers to 5–10 minutes, alternate between warm and slightly cooler water, and, if needed, use a shower chair. Another overlooked danger is letting the first rush of water hit your head immediately. Whether hot or cold, that sudden temperature shock makes brain blood vessels dilate or constrict sharply. For older arteries, this sudden change disrupts blood flow stability, creating turbulence that can encourage clot formation. Walter Jennings, 79, stepped into his usual hot evening shower headfirst. The next morning, he couldn't remember how to pour coffee. He had suffered a small stroke, likely triggered by these abrupt vessel changes. Now, he warms his body gradually, feet and legs first before letting water touch his head. Showering after drinking alcohol is another hidden hazard. Alcohol initially dilates vessels, lowering blood pressure, then later causes them to constrict. Heat from a shower amplifies these swings, creating the perfect conditions for turbulence and clot formation. Carol Whitman, 74, enjoyed a glass of wine, followed by a hot shower before bed. One night after the glasses, she suffered a stroke by morning. Now she spaces alcohol in showers by at least 2 to 3 hours. Washing hair and stepping into cold air with wet hair is yet another risk. Warm water dilates scalp and neck vessels, and cold air makes them constrict suddenly, reducing brain blood flow and raising vessel pressure. Harold Pierce, 77, stepped from a warm shower into a cold draft one winter night. The next morning, he couldn't move his left arm. He now fully dries his hair and avoids drafts after showering, even simple actions like bending forward too long. While cleaning the tub can be risky, leaning over lowers blood flow to the brain, and in older adults, this position can cause temporary oxygen reduction that might contribute to vascular instability. Over time, repeated episodes can add to stroke risk. These everyday habits seem harmless, even comforting. But for older adults, the combination of age-related vessel changes, heat, gravity, and temperature shocks can quietly destabilize circulation and set the stage for a clot while you sleep. Small adjustments, shorter showers, moderate temperatures, gradual warming, spacing alcohol, drying thoroughly, and avoiding long bending can help keep your brain's blood flow steady and protect your independence. It's easy to step into the shower, twist the handle, and let the first rush of water hit you right in the face or on top of your head. Most people don't think twice about it, it's just water, right? But for adults over 60, that sudden blast of hot or cold can create an abrupt change in blood vessel diameter in the brain. And when you've got arteries that are already narrowed or stiffened by age, those rapid changes in pressure can be risky. Here's why. The brain's blood vessels work like careful thermostats, opening and closing to regulate blood flow. A sudden rush of heat makes them widen quickly. A rush of cold makes them clamp down hard. Either way, the extreme, instant change can cause turbulence in your blood flow like rapids in a river. In someone with fragile vessel walls or plaque buildup, that turbulence is exactly the kind of environment where a clot can dislodge or form. Take Ruth Henderson, a 75-year-old grandmother from Ohio. She had a habit of starting her shower the same way every day: hot water, straight to the scalp. It was part of her morning wake-up routine. One Saturday, she did just that, then spent the rest of the day feeling unusually tired. By that night, she had trouble finding words. An MRI showed a small stroke in her language center. Her doctor suspected that the sudden vessel changes from the hot water may have caused a small clot to shift. Now Ruth begins her showers differently, starting at her feet, working up her legs and torso, and only letting the water touch her head once her body has adjusted. The fix is simple. Don't let the first water that hits you be an extreme temperature on your head. Step in gradually, starting with your feet and hands. Give your blood vessels time to adapt before you expose your head and neck to heat or cold. This one small change can keep blood flow to your brain stable and your mornings safer.